What is up? The Hill Twins are here. We're here
What
with
is up,
Eric
guys?
Hill today with his top 8 deck profile for
ARG Atlantic City Circuit Series tournament. We ended up also taking a team tournament, so that was pretty dope. I probably did a tricolor Ginyu deck for you guys, and I'm gonna profile it for you guys. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Let's jump right into it. This is actually the shirts that we wore for our team. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so to start it off, we have 4 Bridge to the Future Trunks. This card came in handy. He's a staple for the deck. He's a green Saiyan, and he also is a filter for the deck. So he allows you to search out the top 1 to 2 cards for a Saiyan and add it to your hand.
Perfect, perfect.
Otherwise, sometimes it's just green chakra.
Okay.
Next, we have 4 Saiyan Kabas. Saiyan Kabas, he is literally the heart of the deck. If you don't have him in the game, then you usually don't win. It's just important that you catch this card. Very important. He is definitely the heart of the deck.
Yep.
Searches top 10 cards. It starts off on 1 Khalifa or Cow, and if it's a Khalifa, you put it in play.
Doesn't matter its cost, so Bandai, be very careful.
Here goes his
first target.
First target. She's super dope. What she does is when you put her in play, she takes a life to the hand, and she cannot be KO'd by your effects or moved to the drop area by your effects. She's a 20k 2-drop. She's super great. And then when you have Saiyan Kaba on the field, he reduces her cost. So sometimes when you're going for game, you start dropping these for 1 key to 0 key, and they're super powerful. 20k, it makes your opponent automatically drop 2 cards from their hand. Next, for our green package, we have 4 Hidden Awakening Cow.
Another target.
You guys already know exactly what she does. Such a powerful card. Another target for Kaba. You know, the main card in the deck is Shugesh. You can Shugesh these out in play when you have Kaba on the field. And she also has crit. So she's super good for the deck. Now we're moving into our red package. We have 4 Bold Super Saiyan Caulifla. This card is such an amazing card, and it fits right well for the aspect of the deck. Yep. On turn 2, I can put her in play, and then what's going to happen is she's going to search the top 7 card for another Universe 6.
And what are her targets?
1500 power or less. And when she does that, she puts them in play. And some of her targets are the following, which is very important. This is one of the main targets that we go for her, which is our Sister Attack Cow. Such a great card. She's a 10k and a 2-drop on board. Kaba does reduce her 1 generic, so she becomes a 1 red whenever you have a Kaba in play. But more importantly, when she attacks, she draws a card, and she gets 5k when she has another Universe 6 in play. So that's what you guys want to focus on. You want to make sure you have another Universe 6 in play when you do drop her, you hard drop her, and she's that draw and that boost.
Yep.
Some of our next targets is going to be our Impeccable Super Saiyan Kaba. We played 3 of him.
Now, what does he do, and why did you run him?
I ran him because he's really good in terms of basically your opponent cannot counter his attacks. So this is really good. He's a 15k. If your leader is a Universe 6, I believe he gets another 5k boost, but we're not worried about that.
But the biggest strength in that is basically he cannot be countered. So he's actually great against the highly popular U7 decks that run Master Roshi and that run Nimbus. So with that, if you're afraid of a Nimbus, you get a free 15k attack out that they cannot Nimbus. And then afterwards, then you can attack with another battle card, and then they Nimbus that one, and then you can attack with your leader and another battle card.
Yep, and I just want to point out one of the most one of the greatest additions that he has is the fact that he can attack active battle cards. So let's say your opponent goes first on turn 2, they drop their Kaba, and they put in play their Khalifa, or they miss, or whatever, and then you drop your Kaba on turn 2, unaffected, and then you go from Khalifa, and Khalifa puts in play Impeccable, you can now attack their Kaba and get rid of that Kaba. They're forced to discard cards out of their hand. If you want, you can boost the extra 5k on him, just to make sure that Kaba is dead. But usually, turn 2, that Kaba will be dead if he's put in place. So that's super dope. And lastly, for our targets in terms of our vegetable package is Dauntless Cow. I teched 1 in the deck. She was really great. I wish I would have played more. I saw how a friend of mine utilized her. She's actually a pretty decent search target, especially when you can Shugesh and play Bold Caulifla, and then top 7 you can pull her off if your opponent is going for the game that turn, and she's just either combo piece or she's a blocker on board.
What also is great about her, which actually a friend of ours mentioned in his video, was that basically, you know, a lot of times, you know, sometimes you can miss, it's very rare, but you can miss with Kaba. And, you know, if Kaba looks at the top 10 and he sees a Kaba, he can't take it. But if Kaba looks at the top 10 and he sees a Kel, even though you didn't hit your combo, you're still able to pull a piece that can possibly be played early. And what also strong about her is that because she's a 2 energy cost, you know, your opponent cannot just freely kill your cards with, you know, if they want to kill her, they're forced to kill her and then one other card to meet that Cal kill cost. If not, you know, they're gonna leave a blocker on board. Yes.
Yep. So that's the reason why we played one of hers. She was really good. Next on our list we have for our our yellow is our 4 Shugesh. This card being a very beautiful card because it's one of the gold event pack cards. But more importantly, what he does, guys, if you don't know what he does, what you should understand is the fact that at 4 life or less, he's able to put in play a Saiyan with a 3 or less cost. And obviously, Kaba is going to be one of the main reasons why this deck is basically built. The Cauliflas going to be able to search. They're going to be able to be put in play by Shugesh because he reduces their cost. And the Kels as well. You get to Shugesh out Kel. So this card is really good. I mean, literally like the best super combo so far, guys. Really not much to say about Shugesh, guys. One of his targets, one of the best cards in the game in terms of what he does, is going to be our Explosive Spirit Son Goku. When he's put in play, you can KO a rested card. This is important because when an opponent attacks with their card, the card is now rested. So I know a lot of other. So yeah, so we play 3 Kid Gokus. Next for our Shugesh targets is going to be our Brawly, Endless Evolution Brawly. I played him, I wanted to spice up the deck a little bit for many various reasons. One, because he was also a green element, so he's on element with the green as opposed to the yellow. And one of the biggest things was that I was afraid of a Universe 7. I wanted to prepare myself, so in the case in which I ran into a Victory Strike, Explosive Goku was being used primarily to get rid of Victory Strike. But in other cases, U7 can go 2 routes, and that second route is going to be that Frieza route. And if they drop Frieza, it's going to put us in a bad predicament, and most of the times they don't attack with it. So if I'm not sideboarding Crusher Ball, I can circumvent that by actually Shugashing in him or even hard dropping him. There was one match I hard dropped him, and I paid 3 key, 1 life, and he killed off his Frieza. So that's the kind of spice that I wanted to add up into the deck, just to give me more options. Yeah. Lastly, we also played 2 Terrascythe Son Goku. I honestly wish I would have played more of this guy. He came in handy a lot in the tournament. Very, very, very great card. You know, but there's reasons why obviously I played the deck the way that I played it. And for our last Shugesh target, we played 1 Fearless Pan. Now, I'm going to tell you guys about Fearless Pan. She came in handy. Very, very, very powerful combo card in terms of Shugesh. So when I would have an outstanding game and have multiple red copies on the board, like Kaba's, Sister Attack Kels, and Bold Attack Cauliflas, they all gained double strike, and I was able to put a massive amount of pressure, and 5K. I was able to put a massive amount of pressure on the opponent, and it was really hard to deal with. And also, now what happened is, with the leader gaining double strike, they would try to play out certain things so that they can play around it.
Hold certain negate attacks and stuff like that. So you go swing out with Kaba.
Yep.
They can't be negated.
They can't negate it, and then I'll go and put everything on Kaba, and they're like, okay, well, it's a single strike, so, you know. Or even with her, if she was a single strike at the time and they had 2 key, they're wondering like, okay, well, I want to just take the single strike because I know he has a double strike with his leader, and I just put the whole board on her, and then she got out her, and ultimately she's still a blocker. One time I was being attacked for a game, and she came in handy. For overall, we play 2 Time power overseeing Trunks. This card was absolutely amazing. You guys already know what he does. Overroam for 2 key. He can pick up any card, battle card, and move it to your hand from the overroam pile. And from the discard pile that's being overroam. And he's just such a powerful card. He's going to extend your Shugashes. So you play. So 2-time powers was definitely great. Lastly, for the overroam, we played 1 Masked Man. I wanted to tuck him in the deck because I felt like I was going to play a lot of veggies. And just like that, he came in handy. I wish I would have actually played more of him. But this kind of sufficed. So this was the list that I used to top 8. For our last couple of cards, we played 3 players. Alright, and lastly, we play 4 Cold Bloodlust. You guys already know what that does. For 1 yellow key, I can negate the effect of a card that's being put in play.
So guys, this is the deck.
And I'll get right over to you with the sideboard. You can cut it off.
So, thank you so much. Alright, and here's the sideboard.
Hey guys, so yeah, for the sideboard, pretty simple. I played 1 Masked Man because I had 1 in board. So that was good. These are my 1-ofs. I kind of built the sideboard right off the rip. So I played 1 Sun Goten. It just was good versus veggies and something that I was able to throw in just to create the board real fast. I didn't have much time. 1 Father Son Kamehameha. This was going to be good against U7. I didn't side it in, but yeah, I wish I would have had more of those. Next we have 2 Surprise Attack King Vegeta. This is for apes. Or Majin Buu. We have 2 Crusher Boards, also for U7. We had 2 Destructive Occupation Frieza. This is going to be good versus aggro. Actually, I sideboarded this in against Masked Saiyan, and he actually did really good for me. I actually won that match. 2 Flying Nimbus. This is for the mirror match and all aggressive decks. And for the last 4 cards, we have 2 Haru-Harus and 2 Time Ruler Tower. This is for the mirror matches.
I blow a bag today. I don't do nothing for games. I blow the bag today. Walk in the mall and go crazy. I blow a bag today. Hop out the whip on the bed. I blow a bag today. Hop on the whip on the bed. I blow a bag today. I blow a bag today. I blow a bag today. Try to go for me so crazy. I blow a bag today. I blow a bag.